Hello everyone, happy evening to one and all present here. I'm Sandhya from MTT. Hope you all had a good day from morning sunshine to evening sunset. To make your evening more meaningful, I would like to welcome you all for this thoughtful Thursday evening to our webinar. So, I would like to start this session with a small quote. True guidance is like a small torch in a dark forest. It doesn't show everything at once, but gives enough light for the next step to be safe. Is said by a great personality by Swami Vivekananda, an Indian monk, a spiritual genius of commanding intellect and power. So, speaking of him, I will also like to say today is a born day of missile man of India, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So, he was both pride for nation and even a loss for our nation. So, we all miss him. So, let's move on to the introduction of our platform. My Trusted Tutor. MTT is a marketplace for our private tutors, school teachers, corporate trainers, academicians, educators, and all kind of education professionals. Our mission is to make quality education easily and affordably available to all. Currently, our My Trusted Tutor had organized 72 plus webinars, and now we are working on recruitment process as well for the post of teachers. Yep. Along with MTT, I will also like to introduce our speaker of the day, Vandana Dadi, on the topic role of parents and teachers in career guidance. Our speaker, Vandana Dadi, is a experienced career guidance counselor. She guides students in colleges, courses, and career choices. Currently, she is working in Delhi Public School, Naracharam, as a resource person for career guidance for capacity building program and organizing education fair with 40 plus universities. She also has a 5 years of experience in career guidance consultancy and conducting various career assessments for grade 10 to college workshops and career session in high schools. She is a she has a postgraduate diploma in career guidance and counseling IBMS Chittoor and also holds MBTI certification CPP USA. So uh, we came to an end of our introduction session. Before handing over session to Vandana ma'am, I will like to give a reminder, gentle reminder to all the participants that a feedback form will be provided in the chat box at the end of the session. So kindly fill it for your attendance and certificate. Now I hand over the session to Vandana ma'am. Ma'am, over to you, ma'am.
Sure. Thank you, Sandhya.
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah, good evening, everyone. And we'll go ahead and start the session. And I would like to tell you that the chat box is open. I would like you people to interact because it's a very general topic, how we can help as teachers, how we can help our students in preparing for the career. And at the same time, with parents also, like as a parent also, how we can go ahead and help our children to build a wonderful career. So I'll go ahead and share my PPT at the same time. Sandhya is going to help me in case if you are going ahead with the chat box. So yeah,
Yes, ma'am. I'm there.
yes, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the topic for today, and it is saying career exploration and role of parents and teachers in career exploration. Let me go on the presentation mode. Yeah. So the first thing that comes to our mind when we are talking about career exploration and what is the role of parents in this topic is what is career exploration? What exactly is career exploration? Do we even have to explore a career, or we can just jump into whatever is the market trend? Or how do we guide our children to be? What are the factors? What are the things which a student should have in mind before choosing a career or a course or a college? So this is kind of something which is happening all around us. We are seeing students now here. First thing, that the first slide which is going to talk, we are going to talk about is career exploration, what it is and why is it important. Anyone you would like to throw some light on, when should the career exploration start in a student's life? What could be the age of a student to think about a career? Any guesses or any thoughts about it? Anyone? I know that, everyone has to make a choice after 12th, or maybe after, some people do it after 10th, maybe after degree. But then what is the right age? Is there any particular age when a person can start thinking about, this is what I want to do? Anyone?
Ma'am, Preeti Agarwal is answering after 10th,
After
and
10th.
yeah,
Okay.
Amrin Abar is saying 16 years.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah.
So that is, yeah, that
And
is the, yeah. Any other
yeah,
answers, Sandhya?
yes, ma'am. Rashmin ma'am is saying 7th standard.
Uh-huh.
Sunita Vadikar ma'am is saying 14 years.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
Shweta ma'am is saying after 10 years, it's like popping up, ma'am.
Right.
Responses
Yeah.
are
The
popping up
16th,
now.
7th grade, 14 after 10. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yes, that's the right thing. But I would like to, we are going to discuss in the session, how it is going to be, what is the right age, or what are the ways how we can, get into, in the students can start thinking about a career, and why is it important. So why is it important is the main issue which is going on right now. uh, the quicker, without any thought, if we are going to make a career, if a student is going to make a career choice, I don't think it is going to be a very strong career choice. So obviously it needs some kind of a preparation. We know, even if when you go for a shopping also, we spend so much of a time, and then career is something which you are making, which is a choice which you are making for your life. So obviously it has to go in a very, very elaborated way, and maybe I would say in a very methodical way. So how it is going to be, and what are the important factors which a student should have in mind when they are going with this process, through this process. So let us call this process as career planning. When we say career planning, and to answer the question about what should be the right age, knowingly or unknowingly, we are introducing our children to the world of career at the age of, I don't know, maybe 6 or 7 also. When we are taking them to a doctor, or when we are taking them to, maybe when a carpenter comes to our house doing some work, we tell them this is what a carpenter does, this is what a doctor does, this is what an engineer does. So this is nothing but we are giving an introduction about the various careers which we have in a community. So it starts in a informal way, in a very, very young age for a child. So that is what would be the age when a student or when a child starts looking around and sees that it's not that my parents are doing a particular job, but I know that my neighbor's parents do something else, some other, my aunt, my uncle, they are all in a different kind of a profession. So that is the how they come into this field. Now, how does this process starts? Basically, the career theories say that it goes in 4 different major components. One is knowing yourself, oneself, I mean, knowing the opportunities, obviously the career opportunities which are outside in the world. Now, connecting both. Now, all of us who are in this education field in this session, all of us first explored ourselves. I'm assuming that it was all a career by choice and not by chance. It happens that sometimes it happens that you become a teacher, or you become a maybe some other profession due to different factors, but most of the time when it is a career with choice and not by chance, it is a very fulfilling experience. So knowing yourself, knowing the opportunity, then trying to connect the both the things. What are your strengths and weaknesses, or what are what are the opportunities you are going through, and then making a decision about what you want to do. This would be all included in a career planning. So these are the 4 major steps of career planning. So now let us little bit go spend some time on each of these steps. What is know yourself? What knowing oneself has to do with making a career choice? Okay, so here the first thing which I would like to tell here is basically let us talk about the part of any queries, anything, Santhya? Names of an
No,
no.
ma'am. No, ma'am.
So
It's
knowing yourself, its strengths. It is basically knowing your strengths, what a person is good at, and knowing what they are not good at. That also is very important to make a career choice. And then what are the opportunities I might get if I'm in a particular region? What are the opportunities I could grab? We see that it is also very much area oriented thing. For particular place, the resources which you get in your place, that also kinds of very important in making a decision for a career. Now, knowing the opportunities. What are the opportunities? Here is the trick. When you say opportunities, first thing that comes to our mind, where are the jobs and where am I going to get a lot of money? And there's where we try to push our children, leaving the part of what are the potential and what are their strengths, what are they not good at. So this is kind of a tricky thing, and how much we can do it and how much should be avoided. It's again a whole big topic to discuss, but this is about basically knowing yourself and knowing the opportunities. There are various resources to know a person, and especially when it comes to a career choice, it is three things which are very important: aptitude, interest, and personality. So when you talk about aptitude, most of the time in our education field, it is very natural to know what the student is good at. A student is very good at maths, okay, let him go in the field of engineering. Very good in biology, let him go in a field of medicine. So this is how we evaluate. So the part of aptitude kind of gets little easy for parents and teachers. Then comes interest. So interest is also, sometimes the children are the students of high school. Let us talk about the ninth to 12th graders, and they're quite very clear about what they want to do. The parents are lucky if they have children like this who know what they want to do. But sometimes most of the students, if it is a class of 40 students, we see like more than 50%, I should say 60 to 65 students don't know what they want to do. So there is where the problem comes. They look for what their friends are doing, what are the various trends, career trends going in the market, whatever my neighbor is doing, let me also go in that, where there the problem comes. Then connecting both is where the role of a teacher or a counselor or a parent is very important. Till point, step number 1 and step 2, it's all about exploration. Okay, you explored about yourself, you explored about the opportunity, but when it comes to connecting, what are the courses? I'm very good in debating, but and I know there are so many opportunities for maybe a lawyer. And then here comes, where do I go to get higher education? This is what is connecting the first two steps. And then the most important step is making a decision. Now in this making a decision itself, again, it has so many steps in it. So many doubts come in your mind, and then you need a professional help on that. That's a different story, where again the role of a teacher or a parent or counselor is required. So this whole process is career planning. Now, getting to the next thing. Now here, what is the role of teachers? So I have divided this whole presentation into two parts. First, we will talk about, since all of us are from the field of education, I thought let us first talk about, the role of teachers, and then we'll go to the role of parents. Let me have a pause here and take from you people any idea, any comments, or suggestions, or whatever you might have observed, how teachers, what is the role of a teacher in helping student in making a career. Any comments or suggestions? The chat box is open, or you can go ahead and unmute, because most of the time we see that, a student, while we are teaching, while the teacher is in the class, many times the students come up with something like, okay, this is what I want to be, I'm very much interested. Now the new trend is robotics, I'm very much interested in robotics. They hear these words, artificial intelligence, robotics, and nanotechnology, all these new things they hear from parents, they find it very fascinating. So any teacher here, or as a parent, you might have had a role in making a career decision for someone. Is that
Ma'am,
yes?
yes, yes. Alfia is
Yeah,
saying
I'm
that,
seeing that.
yes,
I-
yes.
Is aptitude helpful in selecting career test? Yes, it is helpful. It is a very, very important role in finding out what you are good at. If it is something which is kind of done in, the student is good at something and they are choosing the same kind of a career, then obviously it becomes a real happiness for that particular child. If suppose if someone is interested in political science and they happen to become a political analyst, obviously they will enjoy it. So the aptitude does play a very important role. Teacher can help to choose the subjects of their stream according to their interest. Yes, Shweta, yes, it is, interest is one part. That is where the teacher comes, and they clearly see through their marks or through their interaction in the class, they see that yes, this is the subject which the child likes the most. But we will talk about it, what is the relation between aptitude and interest, which should be given more weightage, interest or aptitude. And then there is a little role of personality also in choosing a career. So what are the different variants or the factors which are important to make a decision? Teachers can be or act as facilitator. I like that word, facilitator. In fact, in education also, we are now going into the thought of, we no more becoming like a, I'm telling you listening, but we are kind of a facilitator, a resource giver to the student, and you learn. So this is, yes, that is true. So every step we do indirectly, we are helping the students to get ready for their career and get ready for their life. Yes, that was about the role of teachers in general, how they are helping. To go in little bit more details, the first thing I will pick here is link to subjects. When you are teaching in the class, suppose you are a history teacher and there is so much of syllabus to cover, you are talking about everything, every topic about it, ancient history, modern history, medieval history, everything you are talking about it. Somewhere, as a counselor, I have seen that students do come, and these are not very little children. They come to me and they say, ma'am, tell me, where are we going to use history? So this is so kind of a very strange that you are giving so much of your time and you are asking this simple question, that why do we study history? Why are we studying geography? Why are we doing this? So somewhere, if a teacher can link the subject to the career world, even sometimes as adults we feel like there are some subjects, where are we going to apply them? So where is history going to be alive? So maybe in an introductory session, or maybe once in a while, if they get a sense that students are really wondering, why am I studying? And once they know the reason why they are studying and where can they apply, what are the careers out there with that particular subject, it really matters them a lot. Then the whole thing changes and they start thinking about, okay, I really had a student who was really interested in history and he wanted to be a museum curator. So how apt is this, that you are interested in history and you want to be a museum curator, and the whole life that student no doubt will going to enjoy his career, because that's what he wanted to do and that's what where he is. So that's one, linking to the subject, telling them what is the scope of that subject, where can they apply that, and kind of that kind of a things. Now community resources, we as teachers do so much, taking to field trips, telling about the community, the society, and keeping that wheel running about, connecting to the society, connecting to the career world, connecting to the outer world, not only India, but what is the outside world looking like, and what are they looking for. All these kind of resources, it is kind of a teacher who is going to connect the student with the career resources. Now head start, as we discussed earlier, earlier the better. if they start thinking about it in the, maybe let us think about, yeah, in a smaller ways, we are giving them some kind of information in early like early classes, community helpers and a kind of a thing. But the real thought should come by 7th grade. I'll tell you why the student should start thinking it early. Because the early they think, the more time they have to go ahead and analyze whether really they want to do that. Because see, I often come across, when we ask like a 6-year old or a 7-year old, what do you want to be, they have no idea what they can say. But whatever they are seeing, maybe in animations or something, I want to be a Spider-Man, Superman, firefighter, because adventure plays such an important role at that age. Same question when you ask to a grown-up child, it might be little more twisted towards the real life, and then slowly it gets into the real career. So earlier, let the child speak, and let us as adults listen to them what exactly they want to it. No, some parents, actually there are few instances where we come across, no, 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 I want my child to be this, I don't want even to the child to think about anything else, because there is a chance that he or she might get influenced. So that is kind of a one stage, but Head Start is going to give the child and parent and the teacher enough time to think about something which really the student wants to do. So that is starting early helps. And here the teacher's role is very, very important. Here and there during their class time, they can talk about little bit about the career also. Link to parents. There are two very important I would say factors, or very important people in a child's life. Can someone put it in the chat box? Who am I talking to? Who am I referring to? There are two important roles. Very important role in a student. Someone plays a very important role in a child's life. Anyone?
Volunteer, please.
Yes, anyone who plays, you think that in a student's life, oh, this is one, this is number two, who plays very important role in a student's life. Very simple answer.
Okay.
Mother,
Yeah.
okay.
Bhavna
Anyone?
ma'am is saying mother.
Mother,
And teacher.
teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. Parents and teachers, obviously. Teacher, yes. Teachers and parents. So the first one that comes into the picture is parent. It is parents who are going to observe what are the very good, I mean, what are the potential qualities of the child, what it is going to be. And sometimes it happens like this kind of the busy schedule, a parent thinks that, maybe the child is good at, but the next bigger area where a child is seen and observed is the school. So all of you are really perfect answers, teachers and parents, because child observes his parents as working people. Yeah, true. So here what happens is, first thing that happens here is, parents do have a mindset that because of this particular characteristic trait which I'm seeing in my child, I think my child is a better in this particular career. They already think about it. That is one category of parents. There is another category of parents who are like, I had this kind of a pressure, so I'm not going to I have, do the same thing to my child. Let him go and think about what it is. Or let him explore and do whatever it is. When you have this second category of parents, then the teacher's role becomes very, very important. The teacher becomes someone who is going to tell the student, yes, yes, that is how, when it becomes very important, because parent has left it, and then and the child is like kind of a confused. He's in 10th grade, he or she comes to 10th grade and still thinks like, okay, I don't know what I want to do, and clearly openly says, I don't know what I want to do. Now here what happens here is, the teacher becomes a link to parent in saying, it is a kind of a triangle kind of a relation, teacher, parent, child. Not many schools have career counselors. That is a fact in India. Not, it's a kind of a coming up field, and we don't have career. Yes, Panna?
Actually, sometimes it is like that. like parents have their own dreams, so they
Yeah,
think that their child should take up the career what their dream was, but then the teacher is the best person because in and out she or he knows about the child since they are for many hours with them, and they are conversing more than the parents actually in nowadays. This is what my perspective is. So then
sure.
they become more important than the parents to guide better to the child, that no, this is your child, where he stands and what is its talent, and also you, I think you should go for this and then talk to your child and all. So I
Yeah.
think then teacher becomes an important role here.
Yeah, true. Very true. So this is what happens here, because they are the child also. Sometimes you might have observed they are very different in these two situations, how they are at home and how they are in school. In school, it is a totally like a academic kind of a situation where everyone is coming there for a purpose. They have this in mind, and then if you little bit extend that academic purpose, it is going to be something like what you want to do. I'm talking, of course, about the high school students. What do you want to do after 10th? Which stream do you want to select? Inculcating that kind of atmosphere is again the role of it's the teacher's job. Otherwise, just coming to school, going back, coming to school, and they don't even realize that I'm at the end of the grade 10 and I have not made a decision what I want to do. So little bit talking here and there, all these come under the role of teacher, and giving the right kind of a picture to the parent. I have noticed your child going to library very often and reading this particular kind of books. How much information you are giving to the parent? First of all, a child, the parent might not have observed the child reading books at home because he's busy doing homework, but now you have given information that child, he or she likes to go to the library, read the books, and what kind of book. That is telling, always want to read about space. Oh, I didn't know this. So now this becomes a perfect kind of a connection between a parent, teacher, and the student. And there comes something where we can make a perfect decision. So this is a teamwork. When you are talking about a student, this is a teamwork. So that is very important role of a teacher again. Now coming to employable skills. Now see, most of the time when most of the, like you go little 10 or 15 years back, we never thought that employable skill, now we are not talking about employable skill like interviewing skills or something which should be taught in grade 10. We are talking about little skills like decision making, okay, negotiating. These are big terms but should be started at an early age. You are talking about decision making. You have never given, parents have never given a chance to a student or a child at home to make a decision. All of a sudden they are saying that, okay, I'm out of the situation, you do whatever you want. Now what are you doing with the child? You are just left him alone. So again, comes back to teachers, or else in some situations they come back to teacher. Ma'am, you tell me, what do you think the stream will be? Is it BPC or is it MPC or CEC? You tell me. Now again, what are we doing here? You know your child. Does the teacher know the child, or the child knows himself or herself? What is happening here? Or the counselor will suggest. Now again, meeting the counselor once or twice, talking to the teacher in this perspective when you go there, and teachers thinking about students in this perspective also. What is this happening? I know it's a hectic job in a class of 40, thinking about, you know, what the child is good at, but definitely this would be one of the role a teacher can do. So what are the employable skills, and what am I teaching to the child? How am I putting that kind of a little seed in their brain that, you know, you tomorrow the whole concept of education is to find a employment for yourself. So this is going to be one of the role of a teacher. The last one, support system. Now we talked about this fantasy and all these kind of careers which comes to the mind of a child, especially a 13, 14, 15 years old child. They generally think about, can I become this, can I become a movie actor, can I become. We are not discouraging them, but at the same time, as adults, as teachers, we know that those are not ultimate careers. I'm not saying it's totally zero careers, but the chances of success in some careers are more than the other. What kind of resources we are providing to the child so that you go outside in the outside world and find out what extra information you might get. There might be a chance that the child who was thinking about becoming an actor might come back, you know, I researched enough and I think that that is going to be a little risky. Maybe I should have a permanent job and then think about acting. How is that, ma'am? And you will not believe how teachers indirectly influence the students, and they come up with a very good decision in their lives. And everyone, as a teacher, we often observe this happening. So become a support system. Don't discourage, and rather don't talk about only one or two careers very often. That might also make them very influenced about those kind of a career. So keeping a balance and showing that would be a very important role of a teacher. Any comments before we move on to the next part of the presentation? I'm again back to my chat box. So any thoughts about it? Anything which I might have not covered here, which you think is a very important role of a teacher also? Okay. So anytime you can just put it in the chat box if you think that, yeah, this is also a teacher can do. Of course, teachers do miracles. So there are whole big list what teachers do, but basically in the field, in this area of career guidance. Okay. So that was a little bit about the role of teachers. And as a parent also, we can go there when we go for a PTM, we can ask them. Now, what I thought is, this is a case study I'm putting in front of you. I'll read it loud, and then we will have a little discussion about what are the concerns here. Pavan is a class 10 student, scores A in all subject, looks like he's an intelligent person, interested in music and art, spends most time researching about it. Parents are engineers, practically think that science subject has a better scope. Pavan thinks that parents might not encourage his interest, so does not discuss much with them. Okay, this is the scenario. Now parents come to the counselor, or maybe let us in this say counselor or a teacher, and they say, he does not talk much to us. How can they change his interest in engineering? So let us first have a discussion about first point. The first point. What are your thoughts about it? Why is he not talking much to them? First of all, do you see this kind of a scenario? Have you noticed this kind of a scenario as a teacher or as a educator? Did you see this kind of a scenario around you? What is happening here? Why is the child not discussing with the parent? Now in this scene, yeah, someone?
Yes, ma'am. Rashmin ma'am has.
Yeah, there is a
said.
possibility that he might have spoken and it might have not been welcomed or appreciated by the parents. So he stopped talking. Yes, correct. That could be one of the thing. And here you should notice that he scores a A in all subjects. He's a quite a good student, but he's interested in music and art. No one is at a wrong side here. Student is good, interested in music and art. Parents are thinking that engineering has a better scope, so child should go in that. But what is the concern here is the contact between the parent and the child about the career has stopped. There is not any growth in that discussion. They are not having a healthy discussion about the career choice. And as we have already discussed in our previous slides, a child definitely need a support from a teacher and a parent. So this is the concern, and yes, that was correct, because he already came to a conclusion that anyhow they are not going to encourage me, so let me not talk about it. How can they change his interest in engineering? Do you first of all think that they should change the interest to engineering? Yes or no? I would like to hear. How many of you think that they should push the child to engineering? And there is no right or wrong answer here. Music and art also have a lot of scope. Yes, one should keep the interest. Very good. That's correct. maybe the parents hold a rigid idea about life of musicians and artists, which they try to convey, and it was not received well by Pavan. Perfect, that's true. All these are right answers. And how many of you think practically that, okay, only engineers get a job? So they should change the child's mind to get into engineering and get it. If at all they have a situation that they have to change the child's thinking towards engineering, thinking about the practical world, what is the better option they can give to Pavan rather than just saying stop that and just come into engineering? What could be an option which they can give? Not talking, not, yeah, he was intelligent, he can observe. Yes, yeah, of an engineer's life. Yes, very true. What happens, like how enterprising the career of an engineer is. What else? Connect music to engineering. Perfect. That's a really wonderful thought. So see how wonderful thoughts you people are coming up with. So this is nothing but, you know, this is a role of a teacher, or vice versa, role of a parent. So what all you can do, see, we appreciate, Pavan, that you are a wonderful student. You are very good in all subjects. Your interest is in music and art. How about let's have a talk about you having engineering, sound engineering. There are so many careers like that, but please don't do that to us that you are not even talking. So giving an ear to the child. And the other way is also possible. The child is talking so much and there is not much time for the parent to listen. Right? Yes, architects require good knowledge of art, so parents may guide for that. So here, see what a kind of a nice win-win situation it is, and a kind of a compromising, not compromising, I would say a perfect blend of both the talent, interest, aptitude, and the scope. Everything is being combined. So that was perfect. All of you are really getting into the things. Another one. Gunjan, a class 12th BPC student looking for her career as a doctor. She starts preparing for NEET, which is an entrance exam for medicine. After NEET results, she finds that she did not get into the college she was aiming at. What would Gunjan might have done differently? So what is the problem here? She took BPC, she was interested in biology, she took biology, BPC, wrote the entrance exam. Her dream was to become a doctor. She did qualify for NEET. Everything went on well till there. Parents, looks like there is nothing much about parents here, but everything went on well with her. And she did go for that. And I see someone interacting here. Sometimes parents want to force their views on their children, but they should give them a chance to choose their career. Yes, true. So here, ultimately what happened is after the results are out, she found that she is getting into, but not the college she was aiming at. So Gunjan decided to stop there. Now who would have guided her, as a teacher or as a parent? Now what are you going to suggest to Gunjan? Now first I would like to ask, what as a teacher you are going to do? If you are having Gunjan as your student, how would you guide her? Where will you send her? First of all, what is her problem here, that she did not get into a college which she wanted to go to? Who are you going to guide her to? Often it happens, we see students around, read in the newspaper, students are having, see, they crack IIT entrance, JEE mains, then finally they realize, I'm not getting into a college of my choice. Where do I go? Where are you going to guide that student to? Who is going to guide the student? Okay, yeah. She can be introduced to someone who says that it depends on Gunja. She reaps from the, okay, the brand of college is as good as she is as a student. Yes, that is one way of thinking. Okay. Anything else? Where should she go for more guidance? Now, what can I do with my subjects, which I have chosen BPC? Now, I'm not able to get into a good college, so I'm not thinking about medicine. as much. So now where do I go? She can speak. See, she can speak to people of the same field. Yes, that's one
Let
way.
me.
She can speak to people of same field from different colleges. That helps. That all comes under career exploration. That all comes under career exploration, right? But here, if someone, a professional person who can help them, who knows the all the one mistake, what happened here is a student is only prepared for one course and there is no backup, right? She has no backup and she is supposed to go to a person who can give her a backup courses. She can give them a backup courses on what are the different kinds of courses they can go to. It's medicine is not the end of the world, but they can go with different kind of courses when you have biology, physics and chemistry in your hand. So this is another way. A counselor can help, a career counselor can help. In case there is no career counselor, a teacher can also help, as someone is suggesting here. Okay, so that was about, yes. So anyhow, that's not going to bother much, so leave it. Where can she be directed after she finds her low? She finds herself very low about not getting into the college of her choice. Now when she's so low and they don't want to get into the college of her choice, where is she going to get into, right? What is she going to, where are you going to send them? So obviously it is the parents, teachers, and as well as the counselor who is going to help her with her backup plan and see how it is going to help her. So that is one thing which was about, yeah. So by then I'll just continue, but till Sandhya is sharing the PPT. So this was all about the case studies and what uh, kind of issues that might come. And now it is the role of parents in career guidance. What exactly the role of parents it is in career guidance? And I would say, first of all, involving is the first thing which a parent can do in the learning about career world. They should be able to involve with the child in the career world and the discussion. Second thing, they have to inspect the child's behavior and develop a sense of goals. The parent, that is one thing. The second thing is inspecting child's behavior and developing a sense of goals in the child, and then giving them insights and ideas and providing them with the resources and identifying the talents. These are four important things, four important involving inspecting their behavior, insights and ideas, and innate talents. So these will be the four important things which a parent can do from their side. So next slide, Santhya. So this is kind of important from the perspective of a parent. These are the four things which they can do at home. Can I have the next slide, Santhya? Now, this is something should be when we are choosing a career, choose a job you love and you will never have to work a day in your life because you feel so fulfilled. You always, I somehow feel like if everyone, if, in spite of all the discussions with parent, teachers, and then they come up with a career which they would like, really would like to love, and then it doesn't even becomes, and the satisfaction of working will definitely increase. Next slide, Sandhya. Now here, yes. So they simply just wanted to review what all we did. So starting early is very important so that the teacher, the children, the parents, and everyone gets enough time to explore in the process. It is never a single person's decision which is going to help, but it is the teacher, parent, counselor, everyone together, and the child. The biggest role is the child's role, talking to the child in a very casual manner, and then coming to a conclusion would be a wonderful way in making a career choice. Understand the trends in all this kind of a process. The very important thing is understanding the trend of the market. What exactly is the requirement of the job market? That would be something which is going to be very important, and let the student explore. Like someone just put it in the chat box that, you know, some parents just want the child to do what they wanted to do. So let the student explore. Our job as a teacher, counselor, or a parent would be to inculcate that kind of a habit of researching in the child rather than doing that for the child. So if as far as the student has explored, the results would be really, really great. So that was kind of the next slide, please, Santhya. So that was the gist about it. Now this is open to all of you. From whatever we learned, the aptitude, interest, and then we also spoke about the what kind of a personality the child has. So here there is a student here, 18-year-old. Political science and history are the subjects. Very good in communication skills and writing, and behavior-wise, extrovert and a social person, and very active on social media, and public speaking and general knowledge are the students' strengths. What do you think the student should go for? What do you think the student should go for? What kind of a career the student can go for? The chat box is open. Yeah.
Journalism.
Yeah, true. What else? What else? Political science, history, subjects, mass media, journalism, communication, law, right? Mass media, yes. So these are some of the things. So looks like everything got into the point. And yeah, so see what all things we have got into what all things we considered. Her subjects. Then we also spoke about the strengths, the communication skills and writing. Then the behavior, much of a social person. Yes, Ritu, journalism. And then the public speaking, so much active. And how, Bhavna, how auditing? Would be interested to know, because maybe of the
Yeah.
GK, political
Because
science.
of the communication skills and writing skills,
Ah,
she may be keen in writing good reports on audit.
yeah, that could, yeah, because of the writing skill. Yes, true. So that are some of the things which you can think about. And yeah, since the subject is reporter, yes, reporter. So what all things we are considering here is hobbies we are doing it, and her way of the behavior matters. This is what I was talking about, personality. If an introvert person had all these kind of qualities, we would have had a double thought about it, whether this person will be good for a something like journalism. But then since the person is extrovert, this would have been a wonderful thing for that particular student. So this is how as a parent and as a teacher also we can have some guidance. We can give some guidance to the students. Can I have the next slide? I think that was the last slide. Yes. So this is basically what it is. We are preparing the students for career, in fact for life. So as teachers, that are the, sometimes it happens that those career and the life issues get missed somewhere, and we think about it is all about going to school, learning, marks and all that, but the ultimate thing when it comes to is career and life. So all these years can get into preparing the students for a better career and a wonderful life. So that's all. Thanks so much for being a part of this session.